I was at a protest against Trump this past weekend, and there are people passing this out. This little explainer about Refuse Fascism that is designed to scare you away from them and their association with the Revcoms, revolutionary communists. This tiny thing is packed to the brim with lies, and I'm going to get to them in a second. But just think about it. Here we are in Los Angeles, ground zero of Trump's terroristic assault on immigrants. Fascism is full speed ahead in every realm of society. And what we need to be doing is acting urgently, uniting everyone possible to drive this fascist regime from power. Yet, some people thought the most important thing to do at this protest was to attack Refuse Fascism, who since 2016 has been consistently calling this fascism out for what it is and clearly saying that the whole regime must go now. Whatever those making these attacks think they are doing, what they're objectively doing is the dirty work that serves the Trump fascist regime. And Bob Avakian, a revolutionary leader, puts it in his message Revolution 129 like this.
Irresponsible opportunist distortions should not be allowed to sabotage the unity of the millions needed to drive out the Trump fascist regime.
But let's get back to this. First, on the title. On Refuse Fascism, aka Revcom. No, not aka. It's two separate organizations. And yeah, the Revcoms are very open about being part of starting it and our participation in it, alongside Democrats, independents, religious leaders, and others. Because believe it or not, we really do want to stop fascism. And if you also want to stop it, then you should unite alongside us. Oh, and by the way, Bob Avakian has been sounding the alarm about the rise of fascism in the US for over 30 years. And we'd be in a way better position today if people had been seriously listening to what he's been saying versus all this anti-communist snark and dismissal. Some people in Refuse Fascism discuss Bob Avakian's work as well as analysis from a host of others. But ooh, beware, there's scary commies involved. Another outright and frankly dangerous lie includes calling the Revcoms a pyramid scheme, and twice accuses Revcoms of misappropriating funds, which is not only completely made up, it's a tactic commonly used by the right-wing fascist forces in this country and the political police. Finding yourself in their company is not a good look. The flyer paints the Revcoms as homophobic. Total bullshit. Our points of attention for the revolution state: we fight for a world where all the chains are broken. Women, men, and differently gendered people are equals and comrades. We do not tolerate physically or verbally abusing women or treating them as sexual objects, nor do we tolerate insults or jokes about people's gender or sexual orientation. And we Revcoms take this and all the points of attention very seriously and hold each other accountable to them. And anyone could go to our website any day of the week, where we consistently expose the fascist attacks on LGBT people. They also tried to sell you a crude distortion, saying Bob Avakian is an authoritarian and that Revcoms discourage any questioning of his authority. Oh, but if they say it, it must be true, right? Wrong. How much do you even want to bet that the spreaders of this have not even gone seriously into Bob Avakian's work on this question? Have they read the Constitution for the New Socialist Republic in North America? Probably not. If they did, they'd see it's the furthest thing from the scary authoritarian nightmare that they warn you about. And this new constitution puts a premium on political and cultural ferment and the protection and provision for dissent. And as far as questioning him, Bob Avakian is the first person to say you should always ask why, and promotes the need to be a critical thinker and for there to be many people taking responsibility for leading the process of making revolution forward. But if they were really concerned about authoritarianism, they would stop sabotaging the movement trying to defeat this fascism. But these are just some of the particular lies in this flyer. But there's a bigger problem with the way they present all of this, and they try to get skeptical readers to go along with it. They say, why trust this? Don't believe us. Believe this list of other sources. But here's the problem. These other sources are doing the same thing that they're doing, spreading anti-communist lies, distortions, and slander, much of which has already been well refuted, by the way. It's like a hall of mirrors at a carnival. Lies are bouncing back and forth over and over and over. Look, something is not true because a lot of people say, or because it comes from a source that you like. The test of truth needs to be reality itself. And one of the spookiest lies that these opportunists perpetuate is the Revcoms are a cult. The Revcoms are a cult. And what's their evidence? Well, everyone says. Here, you can hear an echo of Trump in the insistence that a lot of people believe, a lot of people say that we Revcoms are a cult. Come on. Does it actually need explaining that a lot of people believe, a lot of people say is not a good and valid standard for determining what is actually true? Okay, but why do so many people fall for this? Because there's a fucked up culture, even among the left.
An eager indulgence in snark, gossip, slander, accusation, and cancellation, whether the accusation is fabricated or true, something that is effectively irrelevant to those caught up in this. A culture that is defined by a preference for the subjective and superficial, as opposed to substance and a serious, scientifically grounded engagement with important objective reality in order to come to a reasoned, evidence-based understanding of what is actually true and what must be done to bring about positive change.
In short, way too many people are looking for gossip, not evidence. So I want to introduce a new phrase. Don't go for the T, go for reality. So what's really going on with these haters? The fact is that they are actually big mad that the Revcoms are serious about making a real revolution. There's actually a part in here where they seem to forget why they wrote this flyer in the first place. They say, instead of working alongside other activists or building broad coalitions, wait, didn't you publish this little hit piece because we are in coalition with many others from different perspectives in Refuse Fascism? So which is it? Do we work with other people or not? I digress. But they continue with actually one of the few points of content in this flyer. They cried that, oh, the Revcoms believe they alone have the correct path to revolution and everyone must follow their leader, Avakian. So, let's have a debate then about revolution versus reform. That's something everyone can learn from. And yeah, we do have a real strategy for revolution. Do you have a critique of it? We'd love to hear it. But no, they're just pissed that we're serious about this. So you should ask these opportunists what's their strategy to overthrow this system and bring a better world into being, if that's even something that they are about. Maybe the real problem is they don't even care. Think about it. If you're a radical critic within this system of oppression and exploitation, you can carve out a certain niche for yourself. Then, here are the Revcoms, serious about overthrowing that system. And it challenges your position, and it also exposes their raggedy asses for not all that radical. So yeah, they are scared of having this debate. Haters like this are not trying to have this conversation, so they divert, wreck, sabotage the unity that's needed, and at this moment with so much on the line, no one should have any tolerance for it, and we all need to be vigilant to call it out when we see it. If you want to be part of a historic and urgently needed fight to actually defeat fascism, look into Refuse Fascism. Join them. Go to their website, refusefascism.org. And if you truly hate this system of capitalism and you want to see a radically different system, then look into the Revcoms. Go to revcom.us. Anyone who really wants to get free, be open to and look into what Bob Avakian is really saying. Not all these lies and distortions. Look into what we're really about.